Hello, my name is Dr. Aliecia McClain, and I am a professor of chemistry and director of the DNEMIS program, which stands for the Deloris National Institute for Mathematics and Applied Sciences program here at Norfolk State University. As a part of the investiture of our 7th president of Norfolk State University, Dr. Javon Adams Gaston, we are pleased to present this faculty symposium that highlights the dedication to our students, research, community involvement, and cutting-edge scholarship of NSU faculty. I know you will see and agree that by their work, it is, as our inaugural theme states, this is our time, our mission, our vision.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Glenn Carrington, Dean of the School of Business at Norfolk State University, and I'm a former graduate of NSU. I'm so proud to be back at NSU and presenting to you a summary of the School of Business's journey over the last 4 years. In short, I've seen the School of Business make significant advancement in a number of areas, and I'm very proud of the business school, faculty, and staff, and others who've helped fuel such advancement. First, the School of Business has substantially improved its academic programs. For instance, a little under 4 years ago, only 20% of the business school student body had a GPA of 3.0 or better, only 20%. Today, roughly 40% of the student body has a GPA of 3.0 or higher. I am so proud of the business school's performance in this instance. This good news comes from a number of factors. For starters, our academic programs are well developed and current because we continue to research ways to improve them substantively, and for our professors and students to communicate with each other more clearly in the classroom. Also, students are almost guaranteed to land a job if their grades are good, which has not always been the case. Because good grades will enable students to get good jobs, students are working harder than ever. The NSU Business School has clearly improved its image and is on its way to becoming one of the most respected business schools in Virginia. Second, the School of Business has dramatically improved its program to provide our students with workplace experience. We have established a robust internship program that has been very effective at getting students internships and permanent jobs. There are now 40 companies in our internship program who are partnering with us to train and get our student jobs with their companies. Some of these companies are hiring up to 10 interns each summer. The partnerships have been like Wonder Bread and have uplifted our students in so many ways. As academic programs in the School of Business, internships prepare our students to be first day ready for employment and substantially increase the odds of our students sustaining jobs with employers upon graduation. Soft skills, for example, relationship building, teaming, mentor development, and confidence building skills are so important to have. And such skills, unfortunately, are only developed on the job for the most part. Developing soft skills before taking a permanent job is so extremely important for African Americans because such skills help African Americans transition more effectively into corporate America. Third, the School of Business has built a robust advisory board. The board has helped us to gain the confidence of the business community, understand trends in the marketplace that could influence our students' ability to get jobs, get advice with respect to our curricula to keep them current, have the community become more of an advocate for diversity in the workplace, raise money for scholarships and business programs. The board has been exceptionally excellent at keeping us aware of trends in the marketplace. For example, companies more than ever are looking for new hires to have strong digital analytical skills through tools such as Excel, Power BI, and SPSS, and are even providing grants to universities to provide extra training in these areas, which we have taken advantage of. We have received thousands of dollars from such grants. Board members also have had their firms, technical experts, review our curriculum, and their experts have recommended some great changes. For example, data analytics has been added as a separate major. In addition, data analytics has a class data analytics class has been added to other majors as well in the business school. Adding data analytics was just in time, as many companies are not hiring business students who have not taken a course in data analytics. Fourth, because we have gained the confidence of the business community, we're one of 5 HBCU business schools that have asked to educate at least 5 promising African American students per year to be finalists, financial analysts on Wall Street. NSU School of Business is forming a partnership with Supernova Consulting, several Wall Street investment firms, and selected HBCUs to create a pathway of success to enable African Americans to enter the financial services wealth management industry, which has not happened too well to date. The School of Business will recruit promising African American students, educate them with relevant coursework, revise with input from the partners, and provide them with scholarships, internships, and mentorships offered by Wall Street partners. Our goal is to provide the financial industry with a sustainable flow of potential successful African American financial analysts with competence and integrity. Also, we expect that this program will open doors on Wall Street for NSU graduates other than financial majors. Fifth, the business school has responded to the financial needs of our students as well. With the help of our advisory board, the business school has been able to raise thousands of dollars to assist students. For instance, scholarships provided by the university only cover up to a half of the cost of an in-state student and a third of the cost of an out-of-state student to attend NSU. During the pandemic, students were especially having a hard time funding the difference between the cost of their tuitions and the amount of their scholarships. The business school was able to assist a number of students to fund the gap and return to school. Finally, I'm extremely proud of Norfolk State University for establishing an innovation center on Maine. The center, although it has only been in existence for roughly 2 years, has had a huge favorable impact on the underserved in Norfolk and beyond. We've educated over 1,000 mostly struggling entrepreneurs free of charge and have provided them with a network that enables them to share knowledge, opportunities, and mentors. We are extremely proud of assisting the people in the community from which NSU was born with the opportunity to be successful business people who in turn will pay it forward one day. Thank you. Now, I would like for you to hear from a few of my distinguished faculty members who will speak about their current research that they are conducting.
I am Dr. Jim Chen, a professor in the Department of Accountancy, Finance, and Management Information Systems in the School of Business. My topic is cryptocurrencies. Amid immense public interest and the subject of Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies has raised profound economic and societal issues. Let me start the discussion by briefly explaining hash and Bitcoin blockchain. A hash is an encryption function that converts an input of any length into an encrypted output of a fixed length. The encrypted output is called digest or hash. Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency and the first application of a blockchain. The Bitcoin blockchain was developed and launched by Satoshi Nakamoto on January 3, 2009. The hash function used by the Bitcoin blockchain is SHA-256. A block in the Bitcoin blockchain contains a block header and about 2,000 Bitcoin transactions. The block header contains the final hash of the Bitcoin transactions, the hash of the block header of the previous block, an item called nonce, and some other items. It is through the hash of the block header of the previous block contained in the block header of the current block. The current block is linked to the previous block. A Bitcoin miner operates a Bitcoin mining farm. A Bitcoin mining farm is a computer data center with 2,000 or more high-end computers designed for mining Bitcoins. To be rewarded with Bitcoins, a Bitcoin miner has to verify the Bitcoin transactions included in the block and to find a hash that is qualified to be used as the link to change the current block to the previous block. To find the qualified link, the miner has to change the nonce millions of times and hash the block header every time the nonce is changed until the hash output has at least 18 leading zeros. In average, it takes all miners in the world 10 minutes to find that hash. The first miner who finds the qualified hash is rewarded 6.25 Bitcoins. Now we know how the Bitcoins are generated. We earn our compensations because our work's contributions to the economy and the society. A very important question is what Bitcoin miners' contributions are. Bitcoin mining is extremely energy intensive. It consumes more power than an entire country, such as Finland. It's extremely bad for the environment. Economics 101 tells us a currency must be able to serve as a medium of exchange, the unit of account, and a store of value. Bitcoin cannot fulfill a currency's main functions because it's not a legal tender, not widely acceptable, not efficiently scalable, and highly volatile. Moreover, it's susceptible to fraud and criminal activities. For example, the founders of South Africa's largest cryptocurrency exchange disappeared in last June, along with Bitcoins worth $3.6 billion. And as another example, Dockside demanded Colonial Pipeline to pay the ransom in Bitcoins because the anonymous feature of cryptocurrencies, making it practically impossible to trace the recipient. Investment in cryptocurrency is not recommended. The investment that I always recommend to my students is periodically investing in an S&P 500 ETF. The average rate of return is about 10%. If a person invests $235 in an S&P 500 ETF every payday, starting at age 30, at age 66, he can expect to have around $2 million. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Thomas Lewis, Jr., and I'm an assistant professor of accounting here at Norfolk State University. I research the motivation and consequences of firms fulfilling their fiduciary obligations on behalf of all stakeholders, with a focus on the use of non-financial performance measures. Every firm needs to maximize shareholder value. However, there is an increasing investor expectation for firms to operate in a socially accountable manner. This shift has been coined as environmental, social, and governance investing, ESG for short, and is not only fueled by regulatory changes, but also investor activism, which focuses on expanding both corporate priorities and stakeholders beyond earnings per share. Prior research documents environmental impact and corporate social performance as concerns for activist investors. More investors are telling firms they want information on ESG-related risks to support long-term assessments. However, a serious gap exists between firms and investors over the standardization and consistency of ESG information and reporting. ESG incentives integrated into executive compensation contracts may offer additional insight for investors looking to assess ESG-related risk. How do activist investors perceive risk when executives fail to realize prescribed ESG measures? Prior research suggests compensation contracts ought to contain metrics that deliver accretive data regarding managerial initiatives shareholders want to advance. Unfortunately, the vast majority of this line of research focuses on traditional financial measures, not ESG metrics. My study assesses the extent to which investors utilize ESG metrics in executive compensation contracts to formulate risk assessments in investing decisions. And I find a correlation exists between short positions and the effectiveness of ESG target measures in executive compensation contracts, which means investors do incorporate the measures when assessing risk. Now, the results of this study appeal to a broad constituency. For academics, the study adds to existing knowledge by examining how sophisticated investors reward or penalize companies for ESG efforts and disclosures through their investment process, and the broader role investor activism plays in investment decisions. For the investor, this study provides another potential tool for evaluating how ESG risk management justifies firm valuation. And lastly, this research informs executive compensation consultants and boards of directors regarding the effectiveness and perception of ESG incentives incorporated in executive compensation contracts.
Hello, I am Dr. Denelle Wallace-Alexander and serve as the Dean of the School of Education. The mission of the School of Education is to create committed, competent, compassionate, and collaborative leaders. The School of Education ranks among the top education programs in the country. The Early Childhood, Elementary, and Special Education Department provides undergraduate and graduate programs for candidates seeking initial licensure in elementary and/or special education. The department is so excited about the recent approval by Keeve to offer the Bachelor Education degree in elementary education and the Bachelor Education degree in special education. By offering these degrees, the School of Education is able to connect with our education students early and immerse them in the field. Of over 600 programs, the Masters of Arts in Teaching for Elementary Education was nationally recognized and ranked 25th among the best of 600 online programs by College Choice. It is the only HBCU program ranked in the top 25. Furthermore, one of the early experiences offered by this department involves our nationally accredited NSU Preschool Academy. This full-time program enables us to provide developmentally appropriate services to children ages 2.5 through 5 years old while providing our students with a first-hand look at developmentally appropriate instructional delivery practices for young children. Our Health, Physical Education, and Exercise Science Department offers the Bachelor of Science degree in Exercise Science with concentrations that not only prepare P12 Health, Physical Education instructors, but also prepare candidates that will address the health and wellness needs of children and adults through the Health Fitness Instructor, Health Wellness and Rehabilitation, and Kinesiotherapy concentrations. The School of Education is proud to be the home to one of only 2 certified kinesiotherapy programs in the United States. Kinesiotherapy cultivates an understanding of the science of human movement. Our kinesiotherapy students go on to work in our Veterans Administration hospitals and enroll in graduate programs for physical therapy throughout the country. With the Norfolk State University Center of Excellence for Minority Health Disparities being housed in the School of Education and led by one of the professors in this department, students in this department are actively engaged in the community to recognize research and address the needs of underserved populations. Last but not least, the Department of Secondary Education and School Leadership offers the Urban Education degree programs with concentrations in school counseling, principal preparation, and mental health counseling. Additionally, the department works with multiple content areas across the campus to prepare candidates to become highly qualified fully state endorsed, English, math, science, history, and music, and fine arts educators. Next, you will hear from selected faculty members of the School of Education that are doing some exciting and innovative research. For more information about the School of Education, please visit our website at www.nsu.edu, education/departments.
Hello, my name is Dr. Donna Wolf. I'm an assistant professor in the School of Education in the Department of Health, Physical Education, and Exercise Science here at Norfolk State University. I have been provided this opportunity to discuss with you today my ongoing research. This research project is an initiative, an academic partnership. It is entitled Enhanced Physical Readiness, Education, and Training Partnership. The purpose of this research is to build a collaboration between Army and Navy ROTC and the Health, Physical Education, and Exercise Science Department that focuses on improving, then maximizing the health, fitness, and safety of cadets and midshipmen, so they are able to contract into the military while providing practical experiences for the exercise science students who aspire to be personal trainers, kinesiotherapy, or other physical education professionals. It is known that maximal physical performance in the military in general and in combat specifically is vital in our armed forces' success and our nation's defense. Ensuring physical fitness and readiness in soldiers and sailors is changing at a time when the health and fitness of American society at large is compromised. Participation in regular physical training and testing of physical fitness is required in order to ensure service members are optimally prepared to meet the physical demands of their mission. Thus, this program was developed to assist in tracking data, including fitness, body composition, and injury prevention in order to measure outcomes. This research is a non-cost program that is mutually beneficial to the ROTC cadets and midshipmen, the military science faculty, the health, physical education, and exercise science faculty, and the exercise science students. The ERPT program is beneficial to the students within my department because they have the ability to learn how to improve their skills as an exercise professional. They have the opportunity to assist, develop, and engage in the program. The health, physical education, and exercise science students learn how to develop training programs using fitness and program principles that we discuss in the curriculum. In addition, we are exposing students to working with tactical athlete population. This can benefit the students' future and employment. In the Hampton Roads area, we have a large military presence that is usually hiring exercise professionals. Moreover, some of the students would like to work in rehabilitation settings such as the VA hospital as kinesiotherapists, and having the background to understand the training in the military is required, as well as the mental component can be helpful for the patients that they work with later on in their careers. With this research study, we have been able to provide several students the ability to conduct their internships right here on campus. In addition, students have been provided with learning about how to collect data through research, using skills that have been exposed to in the courses, such as functional movement assessments, FMS, VO2 max, which shows an individual's aerobic capacity, body composition, questionnaires focusing on eating triggers, and behaviors and/or motivation to being physically active. Moreover, it provides the students how to work with the military population. Lastly, it has provided the students with the opportunity to present research at conferences at both the local and national levels. When ROTC student graduates, they immediately become officers in the United States Army or Navy. A goal of this research is to optimize and educate young commissioning officers on understanding how to develop and use proper as well as safe exercise principles, increasing motivation to being physically active throughout their lifespan, decrease barriers to being physically active, and provide an understanding of nutrition and its influence on health performance. This knowledge can then be passed to other military members under their command, thus influence the military physical readiness.
Greetings. I am Dr. Cynthia Nicholson from the Department of Secondary Education and School Leadership in the School of Education. Beginning with my days as a doctoral candidate at Arizona State University, my research has pursued issues of access and equity among students and teachers of color. Since that time, I have been committed to reimagining ways that we as teacher education practitioners can best prepare students to serve in public schools. As a high school English teacher, I still remember the expectancy that many students brought with them each fall to the classroom. While reading nonfiction or writing essays may not have been top on their list of priorities, I believe it was my mission to share with them the necessity of literacy, not just as a means to pass the class, but as a tool to unlock their future potential. Creating a rapport with my students was a crucial part of the learning process. They had to know that I wanted them to be successful. This meant building a community in my classes so that students were free to share their voice and tell their stories. Today, more than ever, we need teachers who are vested in students' education in ways that bring to the forefront equitable and inclusive ways of teaching. We have faced a national teacher shortage. Trends in the Commonwealth of Virginia reflect that the number of unfilled teacher positions has increased by 40% in the past 10 years. Published by the Virginia Department of Education, the 2018-19 critical area list included English, along with mathematics and science, as an area of endorsement need. One way to respond to this crisis is by recruiting and preparing quality teachers. Rethinking pedagogical methodology that directly impacts traditionally marginalized populations is crucial. My research agenda advocates for culturally relevant teaching practices that begins with creating the classroom environment, as found in my article entitled Building Community in Troubled Times, Storytelling in the Classroom. I challenge teachers to utilize their lived experience of their students necessary to bringing it into the classroom as a part of their teaching. This is the beginning of creating a more inclusive learning environment. Currently, I'm working on a project that seeks to learn from college writing students about their literacy practices that prepare them for higher education. This knowledge will assist in how we support secondary and post-secondary literacy instruction. Ultimately, I want my research to make the difference in the life of a child who needs a school with a conscientious teacher to encourage them to their fullest potential. Then, our society will have the people needed to imagine, create, and build.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Thomas. I'm an associate professor with the Department of Health, Physical Education, and Exercise Science within the School of Education. I'm delighted to be talking about my research agenda and the things that I'm working towards to improve not only student success, but the campus community and the community surrounding NSU as a whole. I try to conduct a lot of collaborative research with colleagues here at the university, as well as with other institutions. Some of my more recent research projects include collaboration with the learning communities here at NSU, collaboration with a small college in North Carolina, and recently we just wrote a grant with Eastern Virginia Medical School and the Strelitz Diabetes Center. Our department was able to move our laboratory equipment into the Brambleton Recreation Center, where we conduct much of our physiological research. The building is small, but it has a room with some weight equipment and a room with some cardiovascular equipment, treadmills, ellipticals, bikes. We're always looking at ways to provide hands-on experience to our students who are going into kinesiotherapy and/or rehabilitation-related graduate programs, as well as include the campus community and the community at large to provide wellness, fitness, and health-related services. One of these research projects, funded by the Center for Health Disparities here on campus, encouraged faculty and staff to identify interest in improving their health and well-being. We called that SELF, which stood for Spartan Employee Lifestyle Focus. SELF is designed to provide worksite wellness to the campus community. Along with my other colleagues in the department, Dr. Ann Catherine Sullivan, who is the actual PI, and Dr. Donna Wolf, we are currently in the process of pursuing more funding so we can provide incentives, purchase extra equipment, and potentially allow us to pay some of our students to work as personal trainers, providing one-on-one fitness training to faculty and staff at no cost to them. Ultimately, my goal is to expand the Brambleton Center, develop an adapted fitness facility that will serve the needs of the disabled individuals in the Hampton Roads area. This will also serve to provide some hands-on instructional training for our students, provide an internship site that allows us to know that the students we are sending out into the field are prepared, and leave with some really good experience and exposure in the field of rehabilitative fitness. In May, I, along with Drs. Donna Wolf and Ms. Kalia Wilson, collaborated with a couple of researchers from Eastern Virginia Medical School's Strelitz Diabetes Center. We wrote an NIH grant to propose an adapted fitness facility that will address African American women with mobility limitations. We requested $3.5 million over a 5-year period. If we're successful in securing this funding, we'll begin to establish this adapted fitness center to provide this population with the necessary specialized equipment, fitness instruction, educational sessions, as well as a place in which to exercise. To this date, there's nothing like this in the Hampton Roads region. It will not only serve the individuals in the community, but also be a great outreach for Norfolk State University as well, and provide us some really rich information related to fitness in those individuals with any kind of disabilities and mobility problems.
Greetings to everyone. I'm Deloris Dungee-Anderson, the Interim Dean at the School of Social Work. Please know that it is an honor to have this opportunity to share information about our NSU Ethlyn R. Strong School of Social Work. First, a very brief history. The School of Social Work began in 1960 under the founding leadership of Dr. Ethlyn Radcliffe Strong, who established an undergraduate social work major in the Department of Sociology. The department grew into a strong accredited BSW program, which was accredited by the Council on Social Work Education and is believed to be the first CSWE accredited social work program in the state of Virginia. Because of immense growth and demand for a graduate program in social work, under the leadership of Dr. Strong, the MSW program was established in the school and accredited by CSWE in 1975. The school currently offers the only PhD program among social work programs in Virginia and has the distinction of being the only program among the programs that offers all 3 levels of social work degrees: an undergraduate, graduate, and PhD social work degree. Now, about our school. The mission of the Ethlyn R. Strong School of Social Work is to provide social work education programs which prepare students with competence to develop and deliver services that strengthen and/or empower individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. The school and all programs strongly emphasize the values of social justice, social responsibility, and the respect for human rights, dignity, and diversity, and systemic equality. The school is especially committed to addressing the strengths and challenges for an ethnically and culturally diverse client population in an evolving global and technological community. The degree programs. The BSW program offers an undergraduate degree in generalist social work practice. The graduate MSW program offers 4 social work specializations. Students may choose to specialize in clinical practice, which is a mental health focus, or social work practice with the military, or child welfare, which includes social services practice and includes foster care, adoptions, family reunification. The final specialization is macro social work practice, a focus on policy and leadership practice with organizations, groups, and communities. Our students are consistently active in our student organizations and in our community at participatory practice and policy and leadership levels. Our faculty members are breaking publication records in the program and leading student success and scholarship initiatives. Faculty have secured grants, had single publications and presentations, have co-authored publications, and present an impressive and successful initiative of co-authorship and co-presentations with our social work students. Next, you will hear from selected faculty members among many of our contributors in the E.R. Strong School of Social Work who are doing some exciting and innovative research. For more information about the School of Social Work, please visit us on our website, https://www.nsu.edu/social-work. Thank you for your time.
This presentation reports findings from research of Dr. Marilyn Lewis and Dr. Liu Wu in the Ethel R. Strong School of Social Work at Norfolk State University. We know that African American students who attend an HBCU report more support than their counterparts who attend predominantly white institutions, and that even though the African American students attending PWIs have more institutional resources, they still report higher levels of personal stress compared to African American students attending HBCUs. We explored the effect of community-related stressors among African American students attending a historically Black university. Our research surveyed 301 African American students attending a Southern, historically Black university. We evaluated 2 community stressors, over-policing and community violence. Over-policing affected most students in our sample, as 70% reported having been stopped by the police at least once. 7% had been stopped 5 or 6 times, and they were over 4.5 times more likely to experience traumatic stress than those had not. Community violence included being chased by or witnessing someone being chased by individuals or groups. As the number of times students were chased increased, trauma-related stress increased. Now, trauma-related stress can result in symptoms such as flashbacks, nightmares, and trouble sleeping, and having trouble concentrating and memory problems. Results from this sample indicate that traumatic stress was only associated with being stopped by excessive over-policing or community violence, and most students were not bothered or only a little bothered by traumatic stress. In spite of these stressors, academic success is reflected by the students' 3.14 grade point average, with a standard deviation of 0.56. This finding does not appear to be the result of grade inflation, as GPAs ranged from 1.4 to 4.0, but they do indicate that most students achieved academic success in spite of the community stressors. In conclusion, we think that the students' success is, in large part, due to the culture of care at the university. On the one hand, consequences of traumatic stress can interfere with students' ability to focus on their studies, which limits their success. But on the other hand, research shows that African American students attending an HBCU report higher self-esteem, greater social support, reduced stress, reduced feelings of marginalization, and a greater sense of belonging, feeling more welcome, less lonely, and have greater gains in math and writing ability compared to African American students attending a PWI. These data indicate that in our contemporary culture, with the high prevalence of over-policing and community violence, HBCUs provide an opportunity for African American students to thrive and achieve academically in spite of environmental stressors.
Hello, I'm Dr. Val Livingston. I'm an assistant professor with the Ethel R. Strong School of Social Work, and I'm here to talk to you about recent research conducted with Norfolk State students, and the title of the research is Assessing the Mental Health Concerns of Norfolk State University Students in the Midst of COVID-19, the pandemic. The mental health concerns of collegians across the country has been increasing over the last 15 years. Each year, the Healthy Minds organization conducts a survey with universities and colleges across the United States to determine the mental health concerns and needs of collegians from all racial and ethnic groups. Faculty from the Ethel R. Strong School of Social Work requested the opportunity to participate in the 2021 HMS survey, and Norfolk State University was selected as one of 3 HBCUs to participate in the nationwide study. The web-based survey was deployed beginning March 22nd through April 23rd, with 449 students completing the overall mental health module, the resilience and coping module, and a COVID-19 module. A smaller number of students completed the athletes module. Our preliminary data indicates that 80% of the respondents either strongly agreed or agreed that they were confident they would finish their degree, no matter the challenge. This suggests resilience. More than 50% indicated that they would talk to their professor, an academic advisor, or another faculty member if they had a mental health problem that was affecting their academics, suggesting support. More than 2/3 of respondents strongly agreed, or somewhat agreed that they felt part of the campus community, suggesting a feeling of belonging. More than 1/4 of the respondents indicated that they had experienced the loss of a loved one, close family member, or close friend due to COVID-19. More than 1/3 of the respondents indicated they had experienced the loss of a loved one, family member, or a close friend unrelated to COVID-19. Despite experiencing 2 pandemics, COVID-19 and lethal policing, 48% of our respondents were flourishing or exhibiting positive mental health. Participation in the HMS survey involved a collaboration between the Ethel R. Strong School of Social Work and faculty from the Department of Psychology, the School of Nursing, the Department of Health, Physical Education, and Exercise Science, and the University Counseling Center. This preliminary data appears to indicate that NSU students feel supported and they feel part of the campus community, despite experiencing restrictions related to COVID-19 and virtual learning.
Greetings, everyone. I am Dr. Michael Keeve, the Dean for the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, also known as CSET. CSET has over 1,900 students. Undergraduate students can select from a wide array of courses in 8 academic departments: biology, chemistry, computer science, engineering, mathematics, nursing and allied health, physics, and technology. The college currently houses several research centers, including the Center for Materials Research, the Department of Defense Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity Research, the NSA-DHS Center of Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense, the Information Assurance Research Educations and Development Institute, and numerous accredited programs. The NSU Cleanroom facility is a 6,000 square foot space designed to meet the ISO Class 100 per 1,000 standard. It is a state-of-the-art facility that supports a broad range of nanoscience, engineering, and technology projects by providing state-of-the-art equipment and resources. Graduate programs in the college include the master's degree in computer science, electronics engineering, materials science, healthcare administration, and cybersecurity. A PhD program in material science and engineering is also in CSET. The biology department is one of the largest departments at Norfolk State University and provides excellent preparation to enter careers and graduate schools in education, laboratory science, biomedical research, forensic science, environmental science, and clinical fields such as medicine, veterinary medicine, pharmacy, dentistry, and many more. The department is working on developing an MCAT prep program that will be offered in the summer and available to NSU students and students from other institutions. The nursing program is fully accredited by the Accreditation Commission for Education in Nursing and the Virginia Board of Nursing. The Allied Health Program prepares their graduates to become health facilities managers, administrators, physician practice managers, health researchers, health educators, and nutritionists. Research is also in the area of LGBTQ awareness training. The purpose of this research is to assess the attitudes regarding LGBTQ awareness training of students, staff, faculty, and administrators at an HBCU. For faculty and staff, the importance lies not only with competent interactions among colleagues and other professionals, it also lies with receiving a sticker for training to display in workplaces that allows LGBTQ students to feel safe, welcome, and supported. This is part of the Safe Zone project. The engineering department provides students with excellent, exciting opportunities to conduct research at major research facilities of the university and other research laboratories, both nationally and internationally. New initiatives include infusion of quantum science and engineering into optical and electrical engineering curricula. Also, a PhD in quantum science and engineering is being developed. The engineering department will participate in the Quantum HBCU Consortium, a collection of undergraduate program faculty committed to the creation of instructional materials that feature quantum science concepts at the undergraduate level. The graduates of the physics department may enter occupations in industry, government, and education. Members in the Department of Physics were awarded a grant from the Department of Defense to establish a new state-of-the-art X-ray crystallography facility at Norfolk State University. One of the instruments, a Lu X-ray backscattering system, will be the only instrument of its kind in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It will provide numerous opportunities for the NSU students and faculty to collaborate with other scientists across the Southeast and the nation. 21st century technology is rapidly incorporating new quantum phenomena that provide a clear path for paradigm shifting with advances in next-generation quantum technology for sensing, information systems, computing, and secure communications. In response to these advances, the Department of Physics, in collaboration with the Departments of Engineering, Mathematics, and Computer Science, also the IBM HBCU Quantum Center, is working to establish a new program in quantum sciences at Norfolk State University. The Department of Technology is committed to preparing students in quality programs for functional careers in architectural drafting technology, construction management engineering technology, computer engineering technology, and electronics engineering technology. The Department of Technology is fully accredited by the Association of Technology, Management, and Applied Engineering. Interdisciplinary research is being done in sustainability, renewable energies, zero energy consumption, and sustainable construction. The chemistry department stands as one of the largest chemistry departments among historically black colleges and universities. Our graduates have succeeded in placing in medical, dental, and even law school. Research is being done on fast-growing tumors in the body. The research proposes to synthesize and test a glycan-conjugated spion that will specifically target adult fast-growing cancerous tumors. Surface engineering of spions to target glycan membrane receptacles may hold much promise as an alternative treatment modality that is both diagnostic and therapeutic. A new PhD in biotechnology is being developed. The math department will prepare you for graduate school, your career, and next job with summer internships and faculty mentoring. The analytical skills you obtain with an undergraduate degree in applied math are highly recruited. Research in the mathematics department continues to weave engineering and science applications into math courses, in particular, calculus. The flipped classroom model is also being researched in the math department to help to improve retention rates. Mathematical modeling of the efficacy of anti-cancer drugs investigates how existing mathematical models can help clinicians decide between alternative treatment options and if they could improve their decision-making for patients' care. The advanced signal processing capabilities of EEG Lab are being used for analyzing EEG and ECG data. The computer science program emphasizes the practical and theoretical aspects of computer science and related areas of computer science to prepare students for careers as computer software engineers, system analysts, and other professions. This wide range of options gives students the opportunity to pursue studies in cybersecurity, robotics, software engineering, computer networking, and web design and development. The NSU Netflix partnership was established through the computer science and engineering departments. The Netflix boot camps program offers courses in the topical areas of user experience, user interface, data science and engineering, and advanced Java. We also have been very active in our cybersecurity outreach to K-12 and have held yearly summer camps for local, middle, and high school students in the Hampton Roads area. The Deloris National Institute for Mathematics and Applied Sciences, the NEMAS, is a rigorous STEM honors program for students majoring in biology, chemistry, computer science, engineering, mathematics, or physics. The NEMAS program was created to reduce the shortage of scientists by producing highly trained graduates capable of earning the Doctorate of Philosophy degree in the basic and applied sciences and entering occupations in industry, government, and education. The NEMAS Scholarship provides assistance toward tuition, fees, room and board, and a book allowance. The future for the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology is unlimited. We invite you to join us for a very exciting and eventful academic journey. United we stand, divided we fall. Together we can, we are CSET strong. Next, you will hear from selected faculty members in the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology that are doing some exciting initiatives and innovative research. For more information about the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, please visit us on our website, nsu.edu/cset/about. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Patricia Mead, Chair of the Norfolk State University Department of Engineering, and I am pleased to introduce you to the Micron NSU Nanofabrication Clean Room. The Micron NSU Nanofabrication Clean Room, located in the Marie McDimmon Center for Applied Research, is a 6,000 square foot facility located on the campus of Norfolk State University. Typically referred to as the MNNC, this facility is a Class 100, Class 1000 user facility that provides unique and state-of-the-art micro and nanofabrication capabilities to NSU researchers and researchers across Hampton Roads and the United States. The MNNC staff also provides training and outreach opportunities for audiences from school-age students to advanced academic and industry researchers to adult learners seeking workforce development and training in industries such as microelectronics, photonics, biotechnology, space science, environmental science, and many more. The MNNC additionally serves as an incubator for the creation of entrepreneurial enterprises across Hampton Roads and the Commonwealth of Virginia, thereby bolstering the economic health and welfare of Hampton Roads and the Southeastern Virginia corridor. The MNNC footprint includes 5 general fabrication areas that are core to the device fabrication process. These include a photolithography bay for device patterning, a thin film deposition bay for thermal processing, and plasma etching via chemical vapor deposition, wet etching, and testing and characterization to verify device functionality or other structural or material attributes. A 6th area adjacent to the clean room, but also within the overall footprint of the MNNC, has been designated for offline training and instruction. This area features audio-visual equipment and other tools to facilitate an enhanced and enriched learning and teaching environment. The MNNC also features advanced metrology and characterization capabilities. An adjacent characterization lab is home to transmission electron microscopy, field emission electron scanning microscopy, energy dispersive X-ray analysis, and an electron beam lithography system. With this high-end capability and flexibility, users can freely evaluate advanced functional materials, thereby transforming fundamental research in nanoscience and technology to innovation-driven devices for a wide range of applications. With its stated vision to be a world leader in nanofabrication and cleanroom training and instruction, the MNNC empowers users to engage in cutting-edge research and to pursue many exciting and emergent areas in nanoscience and engineering. We therefore are proud of this jewel of the NSU campus and committed to its continued excellence and success. So the next time you experience the wonders of nanoscience through focused drug delivery products, high efficiency, long duration battery materials, artificial intelligence, or carbon nanotube devices for remote sensing and quantum information, keep in mind, these products may have gotten their start right here at the Micron NSU Nanofabrication Cleanroom. Thank you for your interest in the MNNC and the Norfolk State University community.
Hello, I'm Doyle Temple, a professor of physics, and I'd like to tell you a little about the exciting work going on at Norfolk State University in a field known as quantum science. Most of you may find it hard to believe, but your entire life is already dominated by quantum science because I know you have one of these. This device, mistakenly known as electronics, is in fact a quantum electronics device. It works on a 20th century quantum science effect known as quantum tunneling. To understand this, imagine something simple like bouncing a ball off of a wall. In the microscopic world of the electron, something magical happens. Every now and then, instead of the ball hitting the wall, it would disappear from one side of the wall and reappear on the other side of the wall, traveling in the same trajectory as if the wall never existed. Quantum tunneling is literally like a ghost walking through a wall. Next time you hear someone say something about transistors in computer chips, think of quantum tunneling because that's how transistors in computer chips work. But in the year 2021, computer chips with quantum tunneling use old quantum science. Our research here at NSU focuses on the new 21st century quantum science that's based on an effect in nature known as quantum entanglement. And just like quantum tunneling, when we understand how it works, it will sound like magic. To understand quantum entanglement, let's imagine that you have a coin spinning on the table in front of you. Somehow we entangle it with a coin spinning on the table in front of me. For now, don't worry about how we do the entanglement. Just remember that there are no connections between the two coins. If I knock down my spinning coin and it lands heads up, wherever you are, instantly your spinning coin will fall down and land tails up. Similarly, if you knock down your spinning coin and it lands heads up, my spinning coin will instantly fall down and be tails up. Just like quantum tunneling, quantum entanglement seems like magic. But this magic can be used to build a new type of computer, a quantum computer trillions of times faster than today's computers, as well as other new devices with applications we can't imagine today. So the quantum science research at Norfolk State University is a threefold effort. First, we're developing new crystals in which quantum entanglement can be thoroughly studied and controlled. Second, we're learning how to build microscopic devices that will integrate these new crystals into the next generation quantum electronic devices. And third, we're just beginning a research program in collaboration with the IBM HBCU Quantum Center on developing quantum software for the new quantum computers that use this quantum entanglement technology. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Aretha Thurman. I'm a registered nurse with more than 30 years of experience across multiple areas, including critical care, nursing informatics, medical software education, and now as the Director of Nursing Programs at NSU. The path to becoming a BSN registered nurse is challenging but extremely rewarding. And above all, this career will position you to be a positive contributor on the front lines of this 21st century healthcare system. As of July 2021, there are 5 million active registered nurses throughout the U.S. and more than 110 in Virginia. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects openings for the time period between 2019 and 2029 to be greater than 175,000 each year, with a median annual wage of $75,000. The projection represents a rate of 7% for available RN positions, which the Bureau of Labor and Statistics classify as growing faster than average. As the population changes, healthcare services will also change to reflect the different care services and settings. The BSN Prepared RN is prepared to manage healthcare needs for clients across the continuum of care, to include acute and long-term healthcare needs, community health services, mental health services, plus care for women and the childbearing family, children and adults or adolescents. At NSU, we are preparing students to enter this dynamic and gratifying profession. As a nursing student, you will develop clinical skills in the clinical laboratory prior to entering the real clinical experience. The clinical settings are all designed to allow you to practice nursing in real-world situations in various hospital and community settings. Upon obtaining a BSN degree from NSU, you'll be well prepared to join other frontline registered nurses, making a positive impact on our community.
Hello, my name is Dr. Cassandra Newby-Alexander, and I am the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and a Professor of History. The college is the largest of the 5 academic units at Norfolk State University. We have 10 undergraduate and 6 graduate degree programs. We also have the university's radio station, WNSB, and a state-of-the-art TV studio which manages our closed-circuit channels that air throughout the entire universities. We also have 2 centers of excellence, the Center for African American Public Policy and the Joseph Jenkins Roberts Center for African Diaspora Studies. The college serves the largest number of students and majors, and we have more majors on the Dean's List and the Honor Roll than any other college or school here at NSU. Many of our students are highly sought by companies such as radio and television stations, the FBI and CIA, municipal police departments, the State Department, marketing firms, school systems throughout Virginia, libraries and museums, and numerous businesses. You may ask, why are our students heavily recruited by these companies? It is because we have a rigorous curricula and faculty who put their students through their paces so that they have the confidence and knowledge to compete anywhere and with anyone. The college also oversees the famous NSU Choir and Marching Band and the Jazz Band, but that's not all. The college is developing a Film and Humanities Institute that will pull together all of our various disciplines to highlight narratives through an African American lens, emphasizing filmmaking, digital humanities, music production, and art. Our hope is that this will prepare students to insert their voices that represent current and future populations. And we host numerous conferences and programs, including the Voice of America's 1619 program, our 1619 Making of America Summit, political debates, energy summits, advocacy in social and racial justice, and the university's annual Black History Month programs, just to name a few. Check us out on YouTube and C-SPAN. Our president, Dr. Adams Gaston, has put an urgency behind the importance of NSU students being career ready upon graduation. To that end, we have initiated numerous partnerships with entities throughout the country to consider our majors when hiring. Our students are trained to have diverse skill sets. They build their personal brand and they learn to think outside of the box. And unlike those highly technical areas, liberal arts graduates are highly adaptable and tend to be in upper management. Many of our departments are engaged in cutting-edge programs that includes African American history, gender studies, and Africana studies, which includes an understanding of the history and culture of people of African descent around the world. We also have photography, fashion design, sculpting and printmaking, studio design, and creative writing. We offer courses in languages that include Spanish, French, Japanese, Arabic, and Swahili. In addition, our Mass Communications and Journalism Department is one of only 3 in the Commonwealth of Virginia to be nationally accredited. Producing an annual Mass Communications and Journalism Week that features workshops and networking opportunities with notable alumni, media personalities, and industry experts, these majors really show how the College of Liberal Arts merges the power of knowledge with career preparation. Our campus television studio and our updated radio station provides our students with hands-on experiences in those industries. In addition, we will debut our new podcast studio that will provide training and experience with producing regular podcast programs. These hands-on experiences will provide opportunities for students to write newspaper articles, produce and direct broadcasts, and manage social media programming. In the College of Liberal Arts, we help students find their power and their voice in our ever-changing society with challenges that include social, racial, and environmental justice to the shifting currents in the career marketplace. That is why our college slogan is the power of discovery. We are delighted to participate in the inauguration of Dr. Javon Adams Gaston as the 7th president of Norfolk State University. In the College of Liberal Arts, we know that our mission is aligned with that of our president, shaping our instruction and course content to meet students where they can become productive citizens who contribute to their alma mater and to the global community. I am pleased to be followed by selected faculty members who will provide just a snippet of information about some exciting research that is happening in the College of Liberal Arts.
My name is Janira Teague. I am an assistant professor of history. I currently have 3 significant research interests. First, my major research project is an extension of my doctoral dissertation, which places the early years of America's Great Migration into global context by including Black immigration from around the globe, not just African Americans moving from the South to the North and West. Specifically, my research contextualizes the concurrent migrations in the early 20th century of African American Southerners and Afro-Caribbean colonists to the Harlem community of New York City. At the time, Harlem housed one of the most conspicuous as well as ethnically and culturally diverse Black populations in the country. More than 2/3 of the Black residents in New York City were either Southerners who came north during the early years of America's Great Migration, or Afro-Caribbean colonists who were mostly immigrants from Jamaica or Barbados, who composed the first significant voluntary wave of Black immigration to post-emancipation America. While much of the research on Black migrations to New York City during the early 20th century focuses primarily on African Americans or Afro-Caribbean colonists, my work concentrates on the identities and inequitable treatment of the 2 groups in their states of origin, during their migrations, and as residents of Harlem. I argue that the Black migrant community, especially women, experienced a change in their identity because of their migration, and this contributed to the development of new political allegiances and new forms of political engagement in non-radical politics in New York City. My work complements the rich literature on the influence of Caribbean immigrants in radical politics during the era of the Harlem Renaissance. Beyond my major research project, I have contributed biographical sketches to the database of Black women suffragists to rightfully honor the brave, determined, and often unknown advocates for Black women's voting rights during the early 20th century. Lastly, in a non-traditional sense regarding research, I am a part of the group working to bring the Department of African American Studies to NSU, and our team conducts research on AAS programs and how to develop the best AAS program for our university.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carleen Buchanan Turner, and here at Norfolk State University, we are engaged in groundbreaking research in the area of socio-cybersecurity. Our project team has tasked itself with answering questions that are topical and relevant to our everyday lives, such as what are the accompanying social problems around cybersecurity? What are the implications for the criminal justice system? What is the role of cybersecurity in modern organizations, especially after a year of teleworking? And what is the position of big data in shaping our future social world? The National Science Foundation has acknowledged the validity of our project and has awarded 3 funding opportunities of approximately $1 million to our research team to answer these questions. Through the Socio-Cybersecurity Project, we are currently conducting qualitative research on employees' efficiency and performance predictability in the Hampton Roads, Virginia area as a result of cybersecurity policies instituted by these organizations. This effort is funded up to June 2023. Through the Socio-Cybersecurity Curriculum Development Thrust, we successfully created 2 new courses, Socio-Cybersecurity and Cybercrime, 25 standalone instructional modules, and we hosted 2 faculty development workshops that engaged our colleagues across the campus in the module creation process. Most importantly, we brought on and trained over 24 students as research assistants during the first 5 years of the project. The members of the team, Dr. Chen from the Sociology Department, Dr. Claude Turner from the Computer Science Department, and Dr. Kathleen Thomas from the School of Education, are committed to disseminating the findings from our project. To this end, we have presented our findings from Washington State to Washington, D.C., and even across the oceans in Singapore. We believe we are working on an important subject matter that impacts every single citizen in our modern global society. Thank you for allowing me to share about socio-cybersecurity.
Hello, my name is Matthew Russell. I serve as an Associate Professor of Music and Music Education, as well as Co-Coordinator of Graduate Music Studies in the Department of Visual and Performing Arts. I teach courses in music learning and teaching, music theory, music history, conducting, music research, and supervise student teachers. I truly look forward to beginning my 8th year here at our magnificent Norfolk State University. My research interests are focused in 2 areas: generative music learning and teaching, and research creation that ultimately leads to applied music performance. The generative theory of musical learning was practiced and codified by the late Eunice Boardman, a leader and scholar in music education who made significant contributions to the field up until her death in 2009. Dr. Boardman's generative theory has at its foundation the contributions and ideas of Jerome Brunner, a cognitive and educational psychologist. I have been exploring more contemporary constructivist models of musical mind, meaning making, and knowledge representation to corroborate and expand upon her original work. Simply stated in the words of Boardman herself, if the purpose of learning is to generate more learning, to allow the learner to go further faster, then the definition of learning must be moving from a known through an unknown to a new known. I have made practical applications of the generative theory of musical learning in my own classes and rehearsals, and have given presentations on the topic. I look forward to writing more about it in the future. My work in research creation that leads to applied musical performance includes searching for choral compositions that are developmentally appropriate for my students, as well as engaging with primary sources related to the composers, poets, performance practices, and historical narratives of that repertoire. This spring, I was fortunate to conduct and help produce a collaborative international virtual project with the Virginia Children's Chorus and the South End Boys and Girls Choir from Essex, Great Britain. The performance of Phoenix Song by David Brunner can be found on YouTube and on Facebook. I am currently working to program a set of both sacred and secular Jewish choral compositions for the chamber singers of the Virginia Children's Chorus. We will be performing as part of a Holocaust commemorative program and exhibit at Christopher Newport University this fall. Finally, as we return to our post-COVID-19 new normal, I'd like to encourage everyone to consider supporting my brilliant colleagues and our talented students in the Department of Visual and Performing Arts as they perform and or share their creative work with our community. This year, there will be 9 or more exhibitions and shows curated by the Fine Arts Division. The NSU Concert Choir and Spartan Legion Band will resume live performances and in-person recruitment events, with other performances being offered by Music Division students and faculty over the course of the year. And the Drama and Theater Division has a full slate of exciting productions and workshops planned. Behold the green and gold.
Good day. I am Dr. Ernestine Duncan, Professor of Psychology at Norfolk State University. I'm excited to tell you about some exciting interdisciplinary research happening here. The strong Black woman is a concept studied in the College of Liberal Arts across the departments of History, Interdisciplinary Studies, Sociology, and Psychology. The strong Black woman is an idealistic icon that many Black women strive to attain and are expected to uphold. She's characterized as strong, independent, nurturing, and able to successfully handle intolerable life circumstances. Over time, this ideal has developed into a culturally accepted coping strategy to help Black women deal with the stresses of racism and sexism in America. Whereas these characteristics can be helpful when used in moderation, many Black women overuse these coping techniques, which can result in isolation and stress. In addition, many Black women portray an external facade of being strong while internally feeling overwhelmed and distressed. This facade is used as a defensive style that hides a Black woman's need for help. Thus, conceptually, the strong Black woman is an icon, an expectation, and a coping style that most Black women often strive to achieve. However, it may become a defensive style when Black women pretend to have these attitudes and behaviors or use them in an extreme manner. Additionally, our research shows that the strong Black woman construct is often associated with negative health outcomes for Black women. This research team, led by Dr. Khadijah Miller, Dr. Bernadette Holmes, Dr. Karen Holmes, and myself, continues to explore this phenomenon to provide insight about the lived experiences of Black women. Our research serves as a launching pad for the exploration of how the strong Black woman cultural construct influences the lives of Black women. As a society, we need to show future generations of Black women how to balance the multiple roles they play with self-care, to have interdependent social relationships, and to express their feelings and needs. Current strong Black women need to model these behaviors, and the media needs to depict women who are balancing these characteristics with self-care. Families, friends, and coworkers need to encourage this flexible way of coping. System-level interventions can teach groups of women how to learn these coping skills through community-based and religious organizations. As more research in this area is conducted, a greater understanding will lead to improvements in interventions to better serve Black women who have difficulty coping. It's not just enough for us to change the cultural attitudes of women, but we must also continue exploring the ways in which societal racism and oppression have contributed to the plight of the strong Black women. These larger society inequities also need to be directly addressed. Thank you for allowing me to share about this most relevant and timely research.
I'm Dr. Khadija O. Miller, Professor of Interdisciplinary Studies, and I currently serve as the Interim Dean of the Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College, the College of Scholars at Norfolk State University. The best and brightest of students and faculty share in the Honors College. We have majors and faculty from all 5 of the colleges and schools at Norfolk State University: science, engineering and technology, liberal arts, business, social work, and education. The faculty of the Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College are master teachers, innovative researchers, community leaders, professional artists and performers, published scholars, and civic organizers. Our students, among the best and brightest in the Norfolk, Virginia area, not only revel in the scholarship and teaching of our faculty, but they also actively contribute as leaders on campus, organizing programs and activities on the myriad of issues important to them. The Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College has 3 distinct programs, including the renowned Deloris Scholars, an intense living and learning community, a general honors curriculum that is self-designed, and the discipline-specific honors curriculum in social work, business, psychology, history, nursing, chemistry, interdisciplinary studies, and more. The Honors College recognizes that our scholars, called junior fellows, should not be limited by discipline or major, nor extracurricular interests, as we have majors who are also student athletes in ROTC and transfers. As an HBCU for the modern world, the Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College at Norfolk State University provides an intellectual space for engaged, scholarly, groundbreaking, scientific, business, and avant-garde collaborative efforts among our faculty and staff. Our faculty lead study abroad educational trips, their gubernatorial appointees serving on important committees and task forces impacting Virginia and the world. Our faculty engage students in relevant research on pandemics, past and present, environmental justice, Black women's health and history, police reform, gaming, mathematical concepts, engineering, cyber, and so much more. The multidisciplinary opportunities available through partnerships within and without the Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College make it a bastion of knowledge, sharing, and empowerment building of our students by our faculty. For more information on the Robert C. Nussbaum Honors College, email us at honors@nsu.edu or visit our website at www.nsu.edu/honors. Behold.
Wasn't that fantastic hearing from different faculty members and their research agendas? We will now take a lunch break, and when we return, we will be joined with Dr. Robert Perkins as he sits down with some more of our esteemed NSU faculty members in a panel discussion.